Hey guys, today we are going to use the circumference, radius, and the diameter, or whichever one they give us to find the area of a circle. In this case, they want us to find the area of a circle when given the radius of 3. The formula to find the area of a circle is A is equal to pi times r squared. Pi is always 3.14, so I can take out my pi symbol and put 3.14 times my radius, which they gave us here. They told us it's 3 squared. Now, according to the order of operations, we have to do our exponent before we can do the multiplication. I know that 3 squared, that's saying 3 times 3, which is 9. So I now have A is equal to 3.14 times 9. Now I can multiply straight across. Let's see here. 3.14 times 9. 9 times 4 will give me a 36. I'm going to write a 6 here, carry my 3. 9 times 1 is 9, plus 3 is 12. I write a 2, carry a 1. 9 times 3 is 27, plus 1 is 28. So I now have to move my decimal twice because I have two numbers behind the decimal. And my answer is 28.26. 28.26. Just like that. On this one, they want to know what is the area of the following circle. And this time they give us the diameter. See right here it says the diameter is 14. Our equation that we have, it asks us for the radius. A equals pi times r squared. But luckily, we learned the other day that my diameter divided by 2 will give me my radius. If my diameter is 14 and I divide 14 by 2, I'm going to get 7 for my radius. So my radius is 7. I'm just filling in the rest of the information that I know. I know that I'm still looking for my area, but it is equal to pi, which is 3.14, times 7 squared. 7 squared, that's not saying 7 times 2, that's saying 7 times 7, which is 49. So I now have A is equal to 3.14 times 49. I want to go ahead and multiply this thing out so that I can have my answer. 3.14 times 49. 9 times 4 is 36, so I write a 6 and I carry my 3. 9 times 1 is 9, plus 3 is 12. I write a 2, I carry a 1. 9 times 3 is 27, plus 1 is 28. Finish with my 9 so I can mark it off and write a 0 here. Make sure that's a 6 there. Okay. 4 times 4 is 16, so I write a 6 and carry a 1. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 1 more is 5. 4 times 3 is 12. So add this thing up. 6 plus nothing is 6. 2 plus 6 is 8. 8 plus 5 is 13, so I'm going to write a 3 and carry a 1. 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 1 more is 5. 1 plus nothing is 1. I have 2 things behind the decimal, so I'm going to move my decimal 2 times. 153.86. On this one, they give me the circumference, and they want me to find the area. Yesterday, we learned that the circumference was equal to 2 times pi times r. We know today that the area is equal to pi times r squared. So I know what pi is. I need to use it to figure out what r is so that I can plug it into this equation here. They give us our circumference and they tell us that it's 18.84 units, and that's equal to 2 times pi, which is 3.14, times r. I know that 2 times 3.14, that's 6.28. So now I have 18.84 is equal to 6.28 times r. In order to get the r by itself, I need to divide both sides by 6.28. My 6.28's cancel out, and I'm left with r is equal to. I am too lazy to actually calculate this up myself, so I am going to do some division. Well, actually, I'm going to use my common sense. I know that 6 times 3 is going to give me 18, so I bet this is 3. My radius is going to be 3. So I'm going to plug this thing in here for my r in this equation. A is equal to, I take out my pi and put in 3.14. I take out my r and I put in a 3. Uh-oh, my space is running out. Squared. I know that 3 squared was 9, but I still have to multiply by 3.14 to give me A. 9 times 4 is 36. I write a 6 carry a 3. 9 times 1 is 9 plus 3 is 12. I write a 2 carry a 1. 9 times 3 is 27 plus 1 is 28. I have 2 things behind the decimal, so I move it 2 times, and my answer should be 28.26. On this one, they want to know what the area is, and they give us the diameter here. So we need to use that diameter to find the radius. I know that if I take my diameter and I divide it by 2, it gives me my radius. I know that 2 divided by 2 equals 1, so that means r equals 1 in this case. Now that I know that, I go back to my main equation that I know, which is a is equal to pi times r squared. I'm going to take out my pi and put in 3.14. I'm going to take out my r and put in a 1, but remember we have to square it. A is equal to 3.14 times 1 squared. I know that 1 squared is 1. That's 1 times 1. I still have to turn around and multiply by 3.14 to get my area. 3.14 times 1 will give me 3.14. And I am finished. Over here on this one, they give us a circumference again. Yesterday we learned that the circumference is equal to 2 times pi times r. My circumference, 37.68, is equal to 2 times, I'm going to take out my pi and put in 3.14. And I'm going to take out, well, I can't take out my r because I don't know what that is. I know that 2 times 3.14 is going to get me 6.28. And that's equal to, 6.28 times r. And that is equal to 37.68. I need to get the r by itself, so I am going to do the opposite of multiplication, which is to divide both sides by 6.28. Those cancel out and I'm left with r on this side. And I know that 6.28 times about 6 most likely would get me this. So r is 6. Now I can plug it back into my other equation, which is a equals pi times r squared. Pi was 3.14. We came to the conclusion that r was 6, but I have to square it. I know that 6 squared will give me 36, but I still have to multiply it by 3.14. Let me see what 36 times 3.14 is. I know that 6 times 4 is 24, so I'm going to write a 4 carry a 2, act like that's a 4. Well, let me just erase this. I can't do my makeshift 4. Okay. 6 times 4 is 24, so I'm going to write a 4 carry a 2. 6 times 1 is 6 plus 2 is 8. 6 times 3 is 18. Write my 0. 3 times 4 is 12. Write a 2 carry a 1. 3 times 1 is 3 plus 1 more is 4. 3 times 3 is 9. I now need to add all of this stuff up. 4 plus nothing is 4. 8 plus 2 is 10. Write a 0 carry a 1. 1 plus 8 is 9 plus 4 is 13. I write a 3 and I carry a 1. 1 plus 1 is 2 plus 9 is 11. So I'm left with 11304. I had 2 numbers behind the decimal, so I'm going to move my decimal 2 times. 113.04. 113.04. Last one and we are finished. On this one, they give us the radius. We can just plug it right in. According to our equation, we know that a is equal to pi times r squared. We already know that pi is the same thing each time, which is 3.14, times my radius, which is 4, squared. I know that 4 squared is 16. That's like saying 4 times 4. And I have to multiply that by 3.14. Let's see. 3.14 times 16. 6 times 4 is 24, so I'm going to write a 4, carry a 2. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 2 is 8. 6 times 3 is 18. Finish with a 6, write me a 0. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 3 is 3. When I add them up, I have a 4 here. 8 and 4 is 12, so I write a 2, carry a 1. 1 and 8 is 9, and 1 more is 10, so I write a 0, carry a 1. 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 3 is 5, so I have 5024. 1, 2 numbers behind the decimal, 1, 2 numbers behind the decimal. My answer is 50.24. And we are finished, guys.